flip. I'm tired. Ugh. Hello, day 39 of recording myself every day. It's currently 5:48 a.m. Pretty late. I had a packed day. So I woke up yes, it kind of started yesterday. I went to bed at like 7 a.m. and I woke up at 12, and then I went back to sleep for 15 minutes. Woke up again, went to brunch with Sammy. Brunch was great. It was at Billy Breakfast. I got some pancakes with some chocolate and some strawberries. Wonderful. And then I walked over to my friend Caroline's, and then we got some things for her. So it was her birthday, as I said yesterday. She was having a little get together in Retiro for people who were still there. So she invited me last night to go early so that we could pick up some things for her birthday. So I met her at her place, and then we went to a little bakery that was right next to her place. She got a few little cakes, and then we went to Dia, which was right next to the bakery. We got snacks, and I find this weird, but she paid for the cake, and it's her birthday, so I paid for the snacks. And I just thought that if it was my birthday, like, I just think I want to treat people how I want to be treated. And if it's my birthday, like, I would really appreciate someone like paying for something for me, even if it's like my event. Like, even though I invited all these people, if like we're going out to eat, like if they like pay for my meal, like that would be really like great. So I tried to do that today. We went to Dia. I got the snacks, especially because she just got the cake for everyone. She just dropped like 20 euros. So I was like, we went to go get snacks, and it was like another 20 euros. So I was just like, I can get this, bro. It's all good. And then after that, we went to Retiro. It was nice. There was about 6 or 7 of us there, but honestly, I was just absolutely gassed, and there was enough. Some people brought blankets. Thank God, there was enough room that I could just kind of lay down and nap. I didn't really talk to anyone, which is, I think, fine. I was just kind of tired, kind of gassed, but it was pretty good to lay in the sun, lay in the like beautifulness of Retiro Park. We were there until about like 5:45, 6, and then me and Caroline went right back to her place to drop off the stuff from the like extra food and extra drinks that we had from the park before going to the Atletico Madrid game, which started at 7. We were really late and showed up 40 minutes late, but luckily we made it in time for like kind of all the interesting things to happen. When we got there, it was 1-0, and then halftime, and then Atletico scored their second goal, so it was 2-0, and then halftime hit. This was actually probably one of the craziest games I've ever been to, just because the second half was absolutely insane. There was 3 goals. It ended 4-1, and then also there was just a 10-minute break because I think someone had like a life-threatening attack in the stand. So the ultra section was going, like, they were whistling at the ref and like trying to get his attention and trying to like point up in the stand saying like, someone's going through it, like, please stop the game. And I had no idea what was going on. It was Caroline's like first game that she's ever gone in person. So I was like trying to sometimes explain her like what was going on. She's seen Ted Lasso, so she knows some of the rules, but she's never been to a game in person. So it's just like kind of a completely different vibe. And I had no idea what was going on, and I felt like I just didn't know how to explain what was going on to her. And it was kind of funny. But other than that, it was a good game. It really didn't have any stakes because I think it is the 37th game in La Liga. Barcelona has already won the league, and I think both of these teams kind of have secure spots in where they're at in the table. So they don't really have anything to play for. But I got to see Anthony, and he was literally right on my wing. Like, the GOAT Anthony, like, I dream for this every single day. I'm joking. But it's kind of funny, like, seeing these people when you go to a game who seem like so like bigger than life on the screen and so well known across the world, like Julian Alvarez, Rodrigo de Paul, Anthony. These people are literally known by millions of people, and I get to like see them in person, and it just makes me like want the same thing. Like, I want to be able to have the skills. I want to be able to have that. I want to be able to have people talk about me as if they like wanted to be me. I don't know if that's like a noble thing to strive for, but honestly, like, who cares? Like, to each their own. Everyone has their own motivations for why they do something, and I think I learned that through Chainsaw Man, which is a show. The main character, his like main motivation was to see like boobs, and like, I guess if that works for him in order to reach his goals, like, then who am I to judge anyone else as long as they get the goals done. It might not be the most noble thing to like want the crowd to cheer my name or want other people to want to be me, but if that's what gets me out of bed in the morning, if that's what gets me to be the best version of myself, then I think I'm okay with that. So after the game, we took the metro home. It took a while, and the metro was musty as hell, bro. I don't know what Atletico fans were doing in the game, but oh my god, the windows were fogging up in the metro, and it just smelled like absolute like must, like booty cheeks. We finally got off, and then we went back to her place just to freshen up real quick because her phone was dead. She charged it for a little bit, and then we went to dinner at this like cute little pasta place or cute little Italian restaurant. She wanted to get noodles because apparently, I'm not sure if this is an Asian thing, but apparently long noodles means long life. So we went to like a noodle place, or we went to a place that has noodles, so that could either be like ramen or Italian food with like pasta. She wanted to get pasta. It was her birthday, so I was just kind of like, oh, what do you want to do? Like, she would ask me what I wanted, and it's just like, when it's your birthday, I feel like you should really be choosing like what you want to do, unless the other person has the day planned for you. But if the other person plans it for you, we're just friends. So it's not like I'm gonna plan the entire day. Plus, I didn't know if she was gonna be able to hang out after the game because she originally had plans to do something else, but then they fell through. So it was just us two. Went to get dinner. It was great. I got carbonara pasta. She got this. It wasn't like a meat sauce. It kind of tasted like a little bit of mushroom, but they were both good. I had a little bit of hers. She had a little bit of mine just to like see how they were. And then we got ice cream after. We split evenly for dinner. Like we paid for meals individually. And then I paid for dessert. She wanted to pay for the dinner, but I don't know. Something just about that doesn't sit right. If you're going to take someone to dinner on their birthday, like you're going on to dinner with them on their birthday, unless you're going to like a really fancy restaurant, you either pay your own part and then everyone else splits the like birthday person's like meal, or you go to like if you're going to a really fancy restaurant and like you can't cover that, like then it's okay, especially if the person's parents are covering it. Like we went to get ice cream, and then I walked her back to her place, and then we said goodnight. I walked home. It was a great day, but it was absolutely crazy because we spent like basically all day from midnight. She was over at our house singing songs, singing the karaoke, and then she went home. She went to brunch with Atticus. I went to brunch with my friend Sammy, and then from then, so until it was like 2 when we met up again to go get the groceries and stuff before the hangout, until like 12:30 we were together, which is absolutely crazy to be with someone that long. Plus, both of us were absolutely like low on sleep, and we didn't eat many times, so it was like a good time. It was like there's something about hanging out with one person that is so much better than hanging out with a group. It's really hard to like really get to know someone when you're hanging out in a big group, because you can't have those like in-depth conversations. You can't have those like personal conversations that you would have when it's just a one-on-one. And I think I've realized that, especially coming to Spain. I was originally in a group of 7, and it was just kind of a lot. And then I thought like, oh, maybe like why would I just hang out in anything larger than like a group of 4? And I think I've still continued to do that. But if you really want to get to know someone, if you really want to be friends with them, if you want to like care about this person at all, I would definitely suggest go on a one-on-one with them. Even if you're like not that close, you will be closer after the one-on-one. I think there's so much more to a friendship that you learn when it's just y'all and one of you has to talk. And it was like a little bit awkward at some times because we're not like completely close, but by the end of it, I feel like we learned a lot about each other, and it was just a great time. So, Caroline, you're seeing this. Big up your birthday. It was a great time. Thank you for inviting me to all the things. I had a great time at the game. Dinner and everything was great. And then also we had a little bonding moment right before we said goodbye. I'll leave that out for camera, but It was chill. The other thing I want to talk about for this video was that previously I've kind of had a really hard time. I think I've talked about it a little bit of expressing myself really fully. During karaoke last night, I think it was a time where I kind of allowed myself to let go of what others were thinking about me and just kind of like really try to sing the music. I'm not gonna say I'm a great singer. I know I'm not a great singer, and I didn't really fucking care. I was just singing, I was dancing. I can't do either of those, and it was just like I kind of like dropped my ego and just try to enjoy the moment. And I think I have a problem with that. I might have a problem. I'm not sure if that's exactly the thing I have in soccer or something else, but especially with friends, you have to be able to just like kind of drop your ego and allow yourself to really come out and really show like what type of person you are and how you interact with others. And I think it comes out a lot more genuine, and then the connection is also deeper, and I find myself to be enjoying it a lot more, and I find the other person to also be enjoying the time a lot more. So this journey of me doing these videos, kind of recapping what I've learned every day, trying to teach y'all some of the lessons I'm going through. If you have these like problems of like hiding like your true self or being like self-conscious, like it's okay. Like I'm going through this now as well. I know I'm gonna get over this shit in the future. I still am like, even though I'm going through this difficult time of me like not doing much work, I still believe in the final outcome that I will reach my goals. And these videos will be here of me when all this doubt and uncertainty of me like not reaching my goals is still there, because right now I'm nothing, and the chance of me like realistically reaching my goals is really slim. But I think having that belief in myself, having that belief in the final outcome is extremely important. And in the moment, I have to learn certain skills. And one of those skills is kind of like letting go of your ego and allowing yourself to be a learner and be like yourself, whether that means like singing during karaoke and dancing, even if you're not very good, being able to be a beginner at something and try to be better, or being a beginner at something and just try to enjoy it. So that's all I really have for today. Day 39 in the books. Have an exam on Wednesday, but my roommates are gone, so I probably am going to lock in. My roommates officially leave the 21st. I do have to do well in this exam. I have to get a 40, which isn't very high, but I'm going to start studying tomorrow and then have the test on Wednesday. And then after that, I'm probably going to have a grad party with one of my roommates and Caroline and probably Sammy, because that would be like my final class. And then I don't know, I might invite some other people as well. Haven't really thought about that. Kind of crazy to think that I'm graduating. And then Brian leaves on the 22nd. Atticus gets back on the 23rd. Atticus and Caroline leave on the 24th. So after that, like all my IE friends, who are mainly just like Atticus, Brian, and Caroline, all gone. So it's just really going to be me. And then I'll still have Sammy, but we mainly hang out via soccer. So like that's fine. We'll probably get food a few times. I'll have the entire space for myself. So after like the 24th, like when they leave, I feel like that's when it really starts, because I don't know how to say it other than that. Like I'm kind of like living alone, and I'm excited for it. I'm excited to push. I'm excited to see like what I'm made of, and I really think that I can do it. So clocking out for tonight, day 39, done recording.